taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that your heart I could call home. And
How are you doing, math learners? This is your free access YouTube edu creator, Math Teacher Ash, and welcome to ML with Sir Ash. For today's lesson, we are going to continue our review series for our grade 9 students in preparation for the third quarter examinations. And today we will be talking about several questions, and we will talk about how to solve them and how to get the correct answers on these following questions. So before we start, hit the subscribe button and notification bell for you to be updated of these cool clear math videos just like this. Alright, math learners, we are here down to our third part of our review series. So now let us go to the series of questions. Okay, question number 1. Use the information in the diagram to determine the height of the tree. So this is our diagram with the building on it. Is it A, 80 feet, B, 320 feet, C, 40 feet, and D, 160 feet? Okay, so my dear math learners, in solving these kind of questions, you should first look at your diagram. So let's consider this one. So the problem here is, what is the height of this tree? Now, if you observe, there is already the measurement of a certain point going to the top of the tree and this certain point to the base of the tree, right? So basically, two measurements is already given. Now, somehow, it also says that the distance between the tree and the building is the same as the distance of the base in the certain point. And it also says that the top of the tree is the same distance as the top of the building, and the building is 160 feet. Now, this may be in application of the similarity of triangles. However, you can also discard this given here. Okay, this 160, and these two given tick marks. Why? Because if you consider this small triangle here with our height of the tree, it is an example of a right triangle, and the hypotenuse and one leg is already given. So basically, you can apply the Pythagorean theorem. And we all know the Pythagorean theorem is equal to our, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. So that is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Now, one of our legs here is missing, and that is the height of the tree. So what we do here is we will get c squared, which is 144. So that is 144 squared minus 120 squared, which is this one. And then if you simplify the answer and then get the square root of that, the answer is approximately 80 feet. Okay, let's check. All right, we got the correct answer, my dear math learner. So just c squared minus a squared, and then square root of that, you will get your final answer on this question. Easy, right? Now, let us go to the next question. Gwen scans a photo that is 4 inches wide and 6 inches long into her computer. If she scales the length down to 3 inches long, how wide should the similar photo be? Is it A, 3 inches, B, 2 inches, C, 4 inches, or letter D, 1 inch? Okay, so my dear math learners, as you can see here, we have our first ratio. We have 4 is to 6, all right? Now, this 4 here represents the width, sorry, and the 6 inches here represent the length. Now, the second given says that it was length down or scaled down to 3 inches long. So the length here becomes 3 inches long. So from 6, it becomes 3. How did that happen? So you can ask yourself. So that is just by dividing 2. So with the same concept, we will divide our 4 here by 2, and we will get the answer 2 inches. And that is letter B. Let's check whether we are correct. All right. So very easy, my dear math learners. You just need to consider to analyze the problem. Third question, fill in the blanks. Two figures are said to be similar if the corresponding sides are blank and the corresponding angles are blank. Is it A, equal, equal, B, proportional, proportional, C, equal, proportional, or letter D, proportional, equal? Okay, my dear math learners, this is basically the definition or the concept given by the similarity of triangles. Now, in the similarity of triangles, you can say that two triangles are similar if and only if their sides are proportional and their angles are congruent. So talking about sides, they should be proportional, and talking about angles, they should be equal. So therefore, our answer should be letter D. Let's check. Okay, we are correct, my dear math learners. Now let's go to the next question. Which of the following represents the statement? If an angle of one triangle is congruent to an angle of another triangle, and the corresponding sides including those angles are in proportion, then the two triangles are similar. Is it A, SSS similarity, B, AA similarity, D, SAS similarity, or letter D, AAA similarity? Okay, my dear math learners, basically we have only three similarity theorems. Those are the SSS, AA, and SAS. There is no such thing as AAA similarity. So now, let's go back to our statement. It says here an angle and the corresponding sides including that angle. So therefore, there are two sides and one angle being talked about. So if that is the case, then our answer should be letter C. Okay, let's check whether we are correct. Okay, we are correct, my dear math learners. Easy, right? So now let us go to the next problem. Is triangle EDF and triangle BCA similar? Is it A? Yes, by AA similarity. Is it B? Yes, by AA similarity. Ah, okay. So there is a different way in naming the triangle here. Is it C? Yes, triangle EDF is similar to triangle BCA by ASA similarity? Or is it D? No, there is not enough information to determine similarity. Okay, my dear math learners, basically the statement itself is focusing on triangle EDF and BCA. So EDF and BCA. So in your choices, you should just focus on those triangles. So EDF, BCA, EDF, BCA. So there are two here, right? Okay. So somehow we could only choose from A and C. The question is, which among the two is the correct answer? Now check our given. As we can see in our given, the focus there are two angles. So angle and angle, angle and angle. Now there is no tick marks or any tick mark that is being drawn for sides. So therefore, we will be dealing with two angles. So therefore, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, let's check whether we are correct. Okay, correct, my dear math learners. Now let us go to the next question. Justify by triangle similarity theorem whether the triangles formed are similar and find the value of x. So this is the given diagram. Is it Is it A, SSS 5 and 1/3? Is it B, AA 13 and 1/3? Is it C, SAS 13 and 1/3? Is it D, AA 5 and 1/3? Okay. Now, my dear math learners, the given here are all sides, right? And there are two sides given. There is no three sides. Okay. So there's as we can see, let's check the arrow here. Okay. Now there's no side here given. So it is focused on two sides and two sides. So basically, B and D is already the wrong answer. It could be A or C. Now, how do we determine that the correct answer is 5 and 1/3 or 13 and 1/3? Okay, so my dear math learners, you can apply the small over big here. So 6 over 10. 6 plus 4, 10. Okay, so that is your first proportion. Then you have 8 over x. So 6 over 10 is equal to 8 over x. You can just apply the cross multiplication. Having that, you will have 80 over 6, or and 80 divided by 6 is 13 and 1/3. So the correct answer here is 13 and 1/3. Okay, so letter C. However, how did it happen as SAS? My dear math learners, Of course, if we are considering this part, two sides, and this will be the included angle, right? Another here is another side, and this side, the included angle is here. So basically, it pertains the SAS theory or theorem or similarity theorem. Okay, so basically our answer here is letter C. Let's check whether we are correct. All right. So we are correct, my dear math learners. I hope you are enjoying our review series for today. Now let's continue. In the given figure, triangle SRT is similar to triangle BAC. So SRT, BAC. All right. Find X and Y. Is it A, X is equal to 3, Y is equal to 10, B, X is 10, Y is 3, C, X is 5, Y is 6, and D, X is 6, Y is 5. Okay, so how do we solve this, my dear math learners? The technique here is very simple. You just need to consider first the pair with the correct with the complete given. So as we can see here, we have here this side and this side. This is a complete pair. Okay, so 4 and 6. And we can compare this one, 2 and x, because that is the corresponding sides, right? So 4 and 6, if you get the scale factor of 4 and 6, or 4 over 6, the answer is 2/3. So it is already given that this is 2. So therefore, our x here is 3. So therefore, the correct answer is letter A. So no need to solve for this one, but for compliance purposes, let's try to solve how did he get 10 for for y. Okay, now you can also ask yourself, here is a complete corresponding pair, right? 4 and 2. What happened to 4? Why it became 2? It was divided by 2. So you just get 6 divided by 2. The answer is 3. That is how we get x is equal to 3. Now for y, we can go back to the reverse method or inverse method. So what will happen to 5 in order to become y, the bigger one? So of course, the bigger one is twice as much. So 5 times 2, that is 10. So therefore, 3 and 10 are the correct answers. Okay, letter A. Easy, right? Now let us go to the next question. If the corresponding angles of two triangles are equal to each other, then we could say that A, the triangles are congruent. B, the triangles are identical. C, the triangles are similar. Or letter D, the length of the length of the corresponding sides are equal. My dear math learners, in this given statement, the corresponding angles of two triangles are equal to each other. So therefore, there are three angles, so AAA. So basically, having that similarity, you just need at least two in order for it to become similar. So therefore, having three is automatically they are similar, not just congruent but similar. So therefore, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, we got the correct answer, my dear math learners. So now let us go to the next question. Which similarity theorem is used to prove that two triangles below are similar? So is it A, SSS similarity theorem, B, SAS similarity theorem, C, AA similarity theorem, or letter D, Pythagorean theorem? My dear math learners, this question is very, very easy because in the given figure, the tick marks are given. So we have one side, two side, or three side, then corresponding to three sides to another triangle. Therefore, there are three sides. So that is SSS similarity theorem, letter A. Okay, we are correct, my dear math learners. I hope you can follow, or you can still follow our discussion. Next, which of the following theorem proves that the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the length of the legs? Is it A, SSS similarity theorem, B, SAS similarity theorem, C, AA similarity theorem, or D, Pythagorean theorem? Of course, my dear math learners, this definition is owned. If you have listened to our discussion in question number 1, um, if we are talking about hypotenuse and the sum of the squares of their legs, that is basically the Pythagorean theorem, letter D. All right. So I hope that answers your inquiry about this question. Next. All right. We are finished with our third part of our discussion for the quarter 3. review. I hope you have enjoyed our discussion for today, my dear math learners. This is still your free access YouTube educator, Math Teacher Ash. And always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much. God bless. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so and kindly like and share this video. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.